Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is James Apanda, your private tutor for understanding electricity. In this video, I will show you how to measure resistance and to perform continuity test using a digital multimeter. Whether you're a beginner or just need a refresher, this video is for you. So let's get started. I have with me here the digital multimeter. I also have some number of resistors here. We shall be measuring the resistance of these resistors. I also brought some cables here, which we shall be using for the continuity test. We shall also measure the resistance of this loudspeaker, and also we shall be measuring the resistance of this electric heater. All right, so shall we start? Let us begin by explaining what resistance is. Now, resistance is the opposition offered to the flow of electric current. What that means is that the amount of electric current flowing through a conductor or a component is determined by the amount of resistance that particular component or conductor offers. Now, we are going to measure these resistors using this multimeter. And since this is a multimeter, it means that it is an all-in-one meter. So that means that before we can measure resistance, we need to select the appropriate range for measuring resistance. And as you can see here, we have the omega symbol that denotes the resistance range. So that is what we are going to do now. So we are ready to go. Now, we're going to perform our resistance measurement. So always make sure that these are the probes. Always make sure that the black probe is plugged into the common socket, and then the red probe is also plugged into the red socket where we have the omega symbol. Always watch out for the omega symbol for resistance. So we connect this into the red socket, and now we need to turn on our multimeter and ensure that the selector of the multimeter is selected to the resistance range. So all these are in the resistance range. So there we go. So let us do our first measurement. So these are all resistors. We are going to measure their resistances. So let's take it one after the other. So let's measure this first. All right, so there is no reading, but first of all, you need to make sure that you shorten the probes of the terminal. The short leads are connected together like this. And also, the reading should display ideally 0 ohms. But now we can see 0.1 ohm showing, but that is not bad. So let's get started. So we take our measurement. It is still OL. So what we need to do is that we need to increase the range. It means the range that we have selected at the moment, 200 ohms, is too low to measure this resistance. So let's increase it. Okay, to 2 kilo ohms. Now 2 kilo ohms is also not giving us any reading at all. So we have to increase it till we get to the appropriate range. So yes, there we go. We have 32.9 kilo ohms. So this resistor is having a resistance of 32.9 kilo ohms. Okay, now let's move to the next resistor, this one. So we have 14.8 kilo ohms, 14.8 kilo ohms. And then the last one here, this is showing almost 0 ohms. That is 0.2 kilo ohms. That is a very small figure. So let us go back and select a lower resistance, which is appropriate for this very low resistance. So there we go. We have 98, about 98 ohms. Okay, so that is quite okay. Now let us also measure the resistance of this loudspeaker. So you just place the test leads across the terminals of the speaker like that, and then you have your measurement, 7.4 ohms. 7.4 ohms. Usually loudspeakers have very low resistances, and typical values range from 4 ohms to about 8 ohms. So this is pretty okay. Let us also measure the resistance of this water heater. So you also place the test leads across the plugs. So like that. And we have a resistance of 84.2, let's say 84 ohms. It's a very low resistance. Okay, that is it for resistance measurement. One thing we need to take here is that for any time you are measuring resistance, you need to ensure that your fingers do not touch the test leads, as this will alter the measurement that you are taking. Another thing you also have to avoid is to ensure that there is no power on the circuit when measuring resistance. Okay, so that will be all for resistance. Let us proceed to perform continuity test. Now, continuity allows us to know whether a cable is able to allow current to flow through it or not. If a cable passes a continuity test, that means that current is able to flow through from one end to the other end. And if a cable fails a continuity test, it means that current won't be able to flow through from one end to the other. Now, shall we proceed with the testing? Now, for continuity, we also have to select a particular range. We have a diode range on the multimeter, which we will be selecting for our continuity test, or the sound wave symbol. So we select that, and then we turn on the meter. And as we turn on the multimeter, there is an indication of a diode on the multimeter. Once again, we need to shorten the test leads to ensure we are on continuity mode. Okay, so the sound that we just heard shows that we are on continuity mode. Okay, so anytime we take our testing, for a cable to pass, we would hear the sound once again. So let's see. Okay, so this cable has passed continuity test. Let's try this one. Okay, this cable has also passed. Let us try this one. This cable has also passed. Let's try this red cable. Uh-oh. There is no beep, meaning that this cable has failed the continuity test, and it is not good for purpose. It is not fit for purpose, so we cannot use it. We can also do the same with this switch, just to see if the switch is working or is faulty. So we only need to connect one test lead to the middle, and then we connect the other test lead to any of the extreme contacts. So here we are, there is no sound, and then there we go, there is a sound, meaning that there is continuity between this and that. So there you have it. And if we happen to turn the switch off like that and test again, you'll notice that there is no continuity. But the other side, which was not beeping, is now beeping because we have turned over the switch to this side. So continuity is a simple test. Today, I have shown you how to measure resistance and perform continuity tests using a digital multimeter. What have you learned? Let me know in the comment section. Please like and share the video. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so to support me. Also hit the notification bell for my upcoming videos. Thank you.